everybody. We are live in Somerset, Ohio, Perry County, and we are on what we are for now calling Movie Night at the Builders Club of Somerset, Ohio. I'm here with Brian Christie.
Hello.
And I'm Eric Peterson. We're on a Zoom PodTrack P4 with a bundle kit of microphones and headphones, so pretty basic setup, just kind of learning the trade here.
While also being in the wonderful setting of Somerset, where we are in view of the roundabout that I was told is not a roundabout but a square, and it's not the Daytona 500, it's just lots of people going home. Yeah,
you might hear some zooming of race cars or loud trucks as they slam on the gas in our crowded little village, just to show off their dominance. But, that's because we're right here on the square. So, anyways, let's kick things off. We thought it would be fun to just talk about a trailer we both just happened to watch today, which was for a film coming out in 2025 called Death of a Unicorn. And, Brian, so what was your take on that?
A24 Studio, which is well known for being one of the saving graces of the Hollywood, the dying Hollywood system, with its off-kilter movies, and they've done a great job of making new classics in the last 10, 12 years. But right now, I'm also worried that they might be giving something kind of expected and packaged a little too well, based on the trailer.
I want to point out that A24 has done a bunch of really impressive films in the past decade or so. Moonlight, Ex Machina, Lady Bird. We could do a whole episode on any one of those. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, Minari, The Vitch, Talk to Me, A Farewell, Uncut Gems, Hereditary, Marcel, Shell with Shoes On, and so on. So that's kind of their calling card as a studio, I think, is they're really these sort of genre-busting, just films that can really invigorate the film industry.
And with that being said, that's exactly my problem with the trailer, because it seems like they're literally playing to that calling card of checking that box of, we're going to be a genre buster, we're going to give you surprises, we're going to be off kilter, we're going to just be wild and wacky.
Yeah, I think I want to talk about what I liked about it personally, which was it seems like it will have decent comedic writing. I mean, Téa Leoni and Will Poulter are kind of bouncing some lines off each other in the trailer that I thought you get a chuckle out of that. And this is a 3-5 second clip, something like that. So that's, unless that's all there was and they knew it and they're just giving you bait. I think this is a movie that would have some chuckles in it, if not some outright good laughs. I think the range of actors is pretty impressive. You got Paul Rudd, Jenna Ortega, Will Poulter, Téa Leoni,
Richard E. Grant.
Yeah, that's an Oscar nominee, for example. So there's a lot of good people in there, and it's kind of like you've got maybe they're just trying to make everybody happy there. They got a Gen Z or Gen Alpha, whichever Jenna is, and you've got Will Poulter. You've got the millennial. You've got the Gen X. I think Paul Rudd is Gen X. If he's 50, it's about Gen X. Anthony Carrigan. He's a millennial, and I just love him. Whatever he's in, if he could just be the character Hank from Barry in everything, no matter what the movie is, no matter how inappropriate it is for Hank to be in that movie or that show or whatever, I would still love that. He could pull that off. So I like those things. I think what I don't like is that, like most trailers nowadays, it tells you
the
too
whole
much.
Movie.
Yeah,
the whole
movie's in there.
Everything is in there.
I mean,
surprises.
Jenna, they hit the unicorn. Jenna catches a cosmic download from this thing. They take it back to the rich pharmaceutical CEO's lair, resort. They extract something from it. They figure out it cures diseases and cancer, blah, blah, blah. Then its counterpart or its mate or whatever come and just starts wreaking havoc, and then the trailer just kind of falls apart to screaming and shooting and running. One thing I've been seeing lately in the past few years or so that I've actually really liked is they'll release the first 4 or 5, even up to 8 minutes of the movie on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that to me is way more interesting than a trailer because I'm pulled in. If they do a good job, I mean, the first shot of a movie, always try to pay attention to that, right? How it opens and the first scene, sets the whole tone for the whole first act, if not the whole movie. And I love that. Like, even for a mid or crappy movie like Mortal Kombat, they did that.
Did they?
And I watched it. I was like, I want to watch it. You know, I was like intrigued because there's this cool fight scene between Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
Wait, was this the recent one? The recent Mortal Kombat?
When was that? 20?
Like recent enough?
Yeah, the newest one.
Yeah. Okay. I probably saw it on an airplane.
Yeah. But that's you know, it's not a good movie. But I was more in, like, it over delivers on marketing and under delivers on the film, whereas this kind of trailer is the opposite. You know, where it's easy to over deliver on the trailer. Like, I could probably correct in telling you what that plot summary was. And so then you go and see it, and, you know, you just kind of, okay, just fill in the gaps. Like, okay, yeah. You know, get to the end because we all kind of know what happens now.
Right.
And that's like a very different and lower tier experience, I think, than being intrigued by the first couple minutes.
That's why movies are going downhill. No one's having fun at the movie theater.
Yeah. How would you rate this as, like, IMAX? Like, I want to go see this in IMAX. That's the gold standard. Or I want to go see it at the theater, dollar theater. Or streaming / you know, home video, whatever that looks like, for you. So, or, you know, let's say not at all.
Yeah.
Right. That's got to be on there. What was your takeaway? What do you think?
I would say right now, if I had to choose right now, it would be streaming. I don't think maybe the dollar theater if I had time, but I wouldn't make time to go see this for the dollar theater. Just like, oh my gosh, I have to. But streaming, I could do. I
think I would hold out for some reviews.
There's always that.
If the reviews were just, you know, people were being blown away.
Yes.
I would definitely.
Yeah.
Go see it in the theater. But if probably that not being true, streaming. I mean, I'll watch it. I love a good quirky comedy.
Sure. There's ideas there for sure.
Yeah, and if it can pull that off, like one of my all-time favorite movies is I Heart Huckabees. And it has kind of that same kind of vibe of that quirky Jason Bateman, like sort of Wes Anderson banter, like Royal Tenenbaums. It gives Royal Tenenbaums, as the young people might say, a little bit, but without like the visual spectacle of Wes Anderson.
Right.
So yeah, there's potential.
There might not be as much heart in that movie too. This unicorn movie does not feel like it's a hearts movie. It feels like more like a biting commentary kind of movie, snippy.
There's going to be some social commentary in there for sure.
Right, but
pharmaceutical CEO.
Like, I don't sense a heart in that movie. I see sort of like a chess move. Like, we need to do this. We need to do this. We need to do this.
Just sort of mechanical.
Right. So
mechanical plot delivery.
with the window dressing or gift wrapping, because we're almost near Christmas, of all these things of like wild unicorn, wah
magic is possible.
Right. Cosmic download and like fast graphics, which is also a thing. I'm very sensitive to like, yeah, sure, you're gonna razzle dazzle me with visuals, but
razzle dazzle.
Yeah, I like using that term, but so many things these days doesn't live up to the fireworks on display. It's kind of empty.
You got to see My Son, What Have You Done? Because there's a famous scene in there where he says, you got to razzle dazzle him.
Oh.
I mean, not famous. I don't know if it's famous, but it's one of the better, like, memorable lines in the movie.
Sure.
Great film. Anyways, before we get too sidetracked, I think that's a great place to wrap it up.